Hi, welcome to another episode of Beyond the Bell. I'm your host, Kaylee Kiek,
And your co-host, John Aquilo.
and we have our special guests.
Kim Johnson.
Nita Loggins.
Okay, so basically on this episode, we're going to ask you some questions about what you've done during your career. I know when I first started work-based learning, one of the first days I went to transportation and with Dr. LaDuff and Jackson, and I was able to talk to a couple of you bus drivers there that day. And I know that you and Dr. LaDuff were able to talk, and he thought your story was really fascinating with how long you've driven some of these students and how long you've kind of experienced and got to see these kids grow up, which I think is also really amazing. But I would probably say to start off, basically, like this whole episode is like, where did you guys come from? How did you start like your career here now?
I came from Winder, Georgia, and I was born and raised in Winder, and I grew up in Bethlehem, and I was raised here. I've been here for 47 years, and I graduated at Winder, 1998.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was born and raised here. I guess I went to Bethlehem Elementary School and then to Winder Barrow High School, and I've been here all my life, just right here. This is my home.
Mm-hmm.
What was your guys' motives to become a bus driver?
It was because of the hours. Like I said, I had 2 young children, and it kind of worked out and stuff. And I just like dealing with kids, and you know they are our future. And I liked it, and I'm still driving.
Same here. I had my youngest daughter was in, Winder Middle School, and I just wanted a job so I could be there for her and everything, and she rode my bus, and I've been here I started driving a bus in 1990, and just for her and just to get the kids. You just got to love kids to like this job. So yeah, it's a good job. Good hours, good job, and I've been here that long, and I don't plan on going nowhere. Just Jason runs me off.
When you first started the job, when you both and the usually started, from the generation that you first driven then and now, would you say it's completely different or the same?
It's a little different. When I started, of course, they had cell phones. That was in 2000. Well, I started December 18, 2006, and of course they had cell phones and stuff, and so it hadn't really changed that much, just a little bit.
It's changed a lot for me because when I first started driving, they didn't have cell phones, they didn't have electronics, we didn't even have cameras or radios on the bus. If we broke down, we prayed that somebody come by and say, hey, are you having trouble? Because you have your flashers on. That's the only way we could get in touch with somebody to come out to us. But yeah, it's changed a lot since, from then to now.
So then, do you guys look forward to driving these kids each day? Is that your number one thing? I'd probably say that you guys look forward to.
Yes, ma'am, it does. Every morning when I get up, I'm ready to get to work and see these kids when they step on my bus. I tell each kid, good morning. I just love to see their smile, and I love to see them and stuff, and I ask them how was their night and this and that. And I just love waking up every day and going and picking up these kids.
Well, these kids to me are just family. That's the only way I know to say it. It's just, you look forward to, and when something's wrong with one of the babies, when they get on the bus, you know it. You know if they've had a bad night and everything. You just got to take time with them. You got to love them. That's the only way I can explain. You got to love these kids, and you got to respect them for them to respect you. That's the main thing. You got to earn respect just like you show respect, and that's what I try to teach these babies on the bus. I really do. I really do.
So with the experience and time period that you guys both been driving for, would you say that you know the students' parents for the X amount of years you have been driving for?
My relationship with the parents is good, real good. And they, you know, we talk if we have to. If I had a problem with a student, hey, can you help me? Especially with the pre-K and kindergarten. I work with them a lot. I work with all my kids. But the pre-K and kindergarten, when they come on the bus, they knew. So, and it helps me when I'm talking to the parents, hey, can you help me with this, And I got good relationship with my parents, good ones. And, yeah, like she said a while ago, I got a little boy, he's the first grade, but helped on my bus kindergarten last year. And I drove his mama when his mama was in sixth grade. So it's pretty neat seeing the ones that you drove and now they have kids.
And some of my kids started in elementary school. They've graduated, went to college, and now I've drove some of their kids and their parents. I've drove some of their parents, and I got a bus driver. We got a bus driver now that rode my bus when she was in elementary school, first, second grade, and she said, Miss Loggins, I want to grow up and be a bus driver just like you. And she's a bus driver. She's a good bus driver, real good bus driver.
Yeah, so then since you guys have said all that, would you guys have like I would say close relationships with all these students, like whether they just got on the bus this past year, starting in August, or like if you've known them for like years now?
Yes, I have a good relationship with my kids and, like I said, with parents. And I talk to my kids every day, good morning, and when I drop them off at school, I tell them to have a good day, and I see you later. I see you this afternoon. I tell my high school the same thing. And sometimes, I sing to them. I try to sing to them, but, I can't sing, so that's why I'm a bus driver.
That's okay.
But
They'd run from me if I sang. I'm sorry.
so, I try to, be there and try to, love, I love them. I would do anything for all my kids on the bus. I love all of them like they mine, because they are my kids. And, I treat, every one of them the same. But I really love my job. I love the kids.
As far as the parents go, I've always had a good relationship with the parents because I'll reach out to them. If I need them, I'll reach out to them and they help. But, some of the kids try you, they do, but you got to let them know you love them, but they need to learn the rules and respect. And I've got a few on my bus right now that's in the front seat, and somebody laughed at me this morning. He said, well, where you want me to sit? I said, where you normally sit, and it's not in my lap. And they laughed at me for it, but, these kids are great. They are. They got to learn. They got to learn, but my middle schoolers, they're awesome. My elementary's even, yeah. You just got to love your job. If you don't, this is not a place for you. If you don't love your job, if you don't respect the kids, you don't need to be driving a bus. It's not for you to be out there to be, a paycheck or insurance. That's not what I'm here. And Lord, I could use a paycheck, big paycheck, but I'm here for the job and the kids. I really am.
So what is something you would say to future generations coming up, or like upcoming kids or bus drivers that are coming in now in the future? What was something like advice you would give them?
To work hard, to worry about their education, and to set the goals and to reach for them. And just don't stop at high school if you could go to college and make you a career. Because nowadays it's hard to live with just graduating high school because all the stuff up. But yeah, I would tell them set the goals. Always put your education first, and have respect and stuff for everybody. And you get further in life if you have respect for one another and just put your education first.
all I can say is hang in there, because this world is tough, and it's, you gotta strive for what you want in life, and it's just like the parents, we got some awesome parents that want to help and teach the kids, but some little kids are left out, and that's sad. That is very sad. It's just like you want to take over when I'm home, but you can't. You gotta. And I would just tell them to hang in there, strive, like the new bus drivers coming in. Don't come in and just give up in a month, 2 months. You got to keep at it. You got to keep going. You got to keep climbing that ladder. And that's it. I love them all. I'm telling you. You get used to it. You get connected to them, and you miss them in the summertime. I do. I miss my kids in the summertime on breaks. I do. I miss all of them. I do. Yeah. That's just me. I'm old school.
I know you ladies were talking about how you drive elementary routes. And when I did the transportation photos and we were able to talk to you, I saw that each bus has a different animal. Can you guys say, like, what animal you guys have on your bus, and if, like, it's a big meaning to you, I guess, is what to put it out there?
Yeah, I'm the giraffe bus. I drive over here at Austin Road, and I've been over here for 3 years. And I'm the giraffe bus. So my kids always look for the giraffe magnet on the outside of the bus right there beside the door. And stuff like that. But before that, 16 years, I was at Bethlehem, and I was the rabbit bus. So I always told my kids when we was the rabbit bus over there at Bethlehem that we were supposed to be fast, walk fast.
Yeah.
So now we're the giraffe, but the giraffe, these magnets does really help these small kids for elementary to know which bus to get on.
Well, me, I've been driving for Statham Elementary for 35 years. When I started, we stood outside our buses for the kids to know what bus to get on. The animals are kind of a new thing in the last maybe 10 years, I think, 10 years or so. And they automatically see that animal outside the bus, and they'll automatically know which bus to get on. So the animals are a great help. They really are.
So what would you say your experience was like getting your CDLs?
My experience was, I was nervous. Actually, I was supposed to start off in Jackson County. I went over there because I had my sister-in-law that drove over there in Jackson County. So I started over there, tried to get my CDL. Well, actually, I got them through them. So I had to go over there, train at their Jackson County transportation. And it wasn't that bad. But my sister-in-law really helped me on the pre-trip and stuff. So I took my CDL with them. But we had to come get some kind of, I think it was a classroom, so many hours of classroom. So I had to come to Barrow County. And that's how, so I came over here and did the classroom, and I talked to the ladies that was training us here. And I was like, hey, I said, hey, do y'all have any openings over here? And they said, yeah, we got some at Bethlehem. I said, oh, yeah. I said, oh, yeah. I knew where Bethlehem is. I grew up in Bethlehem. So I wasn't really hired on at Jackson County. I just went through getting my CDL through. So I talked to them. They said, oh, yeah, So that's how I came to Barrow County, because I was like, hey, I know where Bethlehem is, so I can't get lost.
Yes,
Right.
But it was not that bad. We didn't have to climb under the bus. We just had to point out stuff and under the hood and stuff like that, and the lights and all that. But it was not that bad.
When I started, you went to the bus shop. You got hired, and Guy Cooper, God rest his soul, was our supervisor then. It was a whole lot different then. You went with him, he drove, and then he put you behind that wheel, and you drove, and then you backed up. You had to teach yourself when I first started. But then later on, I had to go through the training and the CDL thing, and you have to parallel park the bus on both sides. I never did climb up under it, but you got to know every part of the bus and everything, and it's a lot different. And those CDLs, I don't care what nobody says, they're hard. They're hard to get, but you earn it. You got to earn it. But yeah, it was a whole lot different. They put me on a bus, say, you go here, and like I said, we didn't have radios back then. If it wasn't a kid or something that helped us, we were lost. when I first started. So, but it's totally different now, and I approve of it, the way they train the bus drivers now. It's great. It is.
So, would you guys say that you have like a favorite memory, whether that's just in the mornings or the afternoons that you drive your students, or the different types of students you've had in the past years, or a favorite memory of like a field trip that you've been on with some of these students?
Gosh, there's so many memories. I mean, I got a bunch of special memories. I didn't mean to jump in front of her, but Lord, I guess my most special one is Ashley Billings, the bus driver now, because she told me that just about every day, you know. And when when the kids get off the bus in the afternoon and you get a hug, that means you're doing a good job. And that's my favorite memory is Ashley. I'm sorry, but it is. I got a whole bunch more that's not right here right now, but yeah.
But yeah, just like she said, the memories I had is, you know, these kids, they come up and hug your neck, and they always tell you, you know, they love you. They always talk about their pets or their moms and dads and stuff like that. And I think that's about the memories that I have is just the kids, you know.
So what is one thing you would tell parents to make transportation easier in the morning or in the afternoons to make everything smooth?
Well, to tell the parents is to make sure that they talk to their kids about the bus safety rules and be out there waiting 12 feet away, 5 minutes before pickup, and then afternoon just help them talk to the kids how to kind of cross in front of the bus, because us bus drivers, we tell them every single day, hey, you know, you got to watch, the ones that cross in front of us, hey, you got to watch my hand signal, and you got to cross and look at me twice. You got to cross and go to the middle and look at me again. And some of these parents, and they, you know, when you got kindergarten, pre-K, and little bitty kids, you got some parents on the other side like, come here, and I'm trying to teach them the right way to unload to cross in front of the bus. And if they could just help us on going over, just help tell the kids, look at your bus driver when you have to cross in front of the bus to unload, or coming to the bus, getting on the bus, you know. But, you know, at least go over the bus safety rules. It would help us out.
I think the main thing is time. The bus drivers need to be on time. They don't, you know, and the parents usually know when you're going to get there, and the bus drivers need to be on time. I'm not cutting anybody down or anything, but you need to be on time every day. And you got to work with the kids. And like she says, you got to train them to cross in front of that bus and wait for your signal. And just ask the parents to just help us, you know, just make sure they know the rules and just help us out and be on time. And that's my main things, the timeline, and that's it.
I was going to say, because the time, typically you have multiple routes in the mornings and afternoons, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, lovely ladies, for coming out. This was a great conversation. If you guys are interested, check out our website, and thank you guys for watching.
Where did you come from? Who do you know? Are you in AVTF classes? Do you even know what this is?
Hey guys, as you can tell, we have another host added on to our little group. This is Jonick, and we're doing his interview so you guys get to know him a little bit better.
Hi, my name is Jonick Elam. I am a senior at BASA.
Okay, so to start off, where did you come from? Kind of, how did you show up here?
Childhood was actually good growing up. Most of the time, it was mostly like with my friends, family. I never really was into technology a lot. I had a DS. That's probably about it.
How did you end up getting to the school you're at now and where you're at with all your connections?
Then I was transferred over to Yargo. I was there from kindergarten to 4th grade. And then 5th grade is when the first AIM program started up, and I was actually the first class to be there. We would visit there because my 4th grade teacher, she used to work at the old building before it got changed in 4th grade, so we would visit there time to time. But then my fifth grade year is when it started up. So I was actually like the first class to originate CFIT. So I was there from fifth to seventh grade. And then I transferred here because it's a magnet program to Bass in eighth grade. So I've been here for 5 years ever since.
Kind of like, what has been your favorite experience from school, and like, is that involved with like any extracurricular activities that you've done, like different club sports, I would say?
So there's a lot of memories I can talk about on and on, but I feel like what the most memories I hold is actually my friend group, me and my homeboys. We carry the most memories every day, something new every day. They always make me laugh every day, uphold everybody every day. I feel like that's like the best memory and that's something I look forward to every day, waking up knowing that I'm going to be able to smile every day and, laugh around people that have the same humor as me, same level as me. Extracurricular activities I've done band, I've done music tech, I've done healthcare, engineering, and I think that's about it. The only clubs I'm in right now is student council, but I might join the Chick-fil-A Leadership Academy program as well. But right now, those are the kind of clubs and things that extracurricular activities I do. But outside of that, I normally just do like a lot around the school. I normally just like run errands for teachers, especially like work-based learning for Dr. Turner and for Jackson as well. So I'm just everywhere basically.
So you mentioned the work-based learning progress that you've made. How has that been, and what are your thoughts on that? I know you're a new member of it now, so it's been interesting seeing you join work-based learning so late. Has that had any turn on you?
Actually, it's been a wonderful experience, especially getting hands-on and better skills, not just in school, but something that can prepare you for the outside world. With Jackson being my mentor and my teacher as well, especially being with you guys as well, it's like every day's a new thing. But I love doing it, and I enjoy doing it as well. So much more laid back than having to be in classes and work. Like, senior year has been so fun, like, than every other year I've been in. And I low-key look forward to it every day, waking up, knowing that, like, I can do something new and learn something new. But I low-key, like, I love it, especially being in the pack. Me and Colt be having our times in there. But it's really, I love work-based learning a lot.
That's great. So kind of how you were like talking about how you're looking forward to it, like each day and stuff. And how you said your senior year's been going great. What are you like looking forward to for your senior year? Whether that's like different sports games that are going on, or like clubs that you know, or like different I don't know, basically like dances or anything like that going on.
I'm low-key looking forward to track season. Most of my years here at Bassa, I've done baseball. So this year it's a switch for me. But I was told track is fun. It's a little more laid back, not as strict, but it's also with a lot more people that I'm friends with. So I'm low-key looking forward to that, because not only do I get to, I love running. I hate distance. I cannot do distance. But sprinting is something I do enjoy doing. But not only that, I could be with my friends as well and have a good time and end off my year in a good note. Hopefully get a scholarship or something from it as well, or an offer. But I look forward to that. I look forward to improving in my community and helping out in my community as much as I can. I haven't really done it much. I would fill in here and there for like the past 4 years, but I feel like 12th grade I've done the most and been very involved with everything that I do. So that's what I look really forward to, just those two things.
So you mentioned scholarships going out of high school. Is that, you plan on sticking with that, or you want to merge into another type of business or trade?
So like my plan after high school. So basically, like currently right now, I actually have like 2 businesses and work 2 jobs as well. I have a painting business, a car detailing business. I do construction, and I do audio engineering for churches as well. But after high school, my plan is to go to a good technical school and get a degree in HVAC, then open up another business for that, do that for a couple years, then go back to school, become a general practitioner, because that was my original plan, because most of my high school career I've been studying to become a general practitioner, doing all these science classes and programs. But that's going to be my plan for after high school. So
So I've kind of heard that you've done a lot of different things. So I would say you're kind of like a popular person around school. So how are you like, I guess like unique to the senior class here at BASA?
well, aside of us being like the first AIM program to be like established for, I would say like this era or generation, we were also like the second class to come in from the 8th graders, from the graduated seniors that from class of 2025. But it's kind of like, it's interesting to see how the school like build itself up, because originally all we had was BASA 1, the student center, and Sims. Now we have 2 extra buildings in elementary school, and then when we graduate, there's going to be football fields and another like track fields. It's going to be another gymnasium. So actually, it's been it's kind of like, it's been really interesting to see how Bassett like came up, and a wonderful experience to be a part of it. Some things that I'm also like involved with, for student council, specifically for homecoming this year. We set they hired a company, but we set most of the stuff up. I was a part of this crew that built up all these tents for outside previously from that, organizing events, school activities, helping with the Bassett Bash, giving treats to seniors and teachers who were involved in volunteering anything. Right now, I don't have like an official. Well, I'm not an officer. I'm a member of student council, but the president, Griffin Williams, he's the like student body president for student council and for like the school. So I guess like the teachers for student council, they kind of call me like the secretary or senate, because I work with Griffin a lot. I'm just always around doing everything and having thoughts on certain projects or activities. But along with that, like connections I've made along the way, I've made a lot of connections with the teachers. I love every single teacher here. Every single teacher basically knows me here. And they've also like made a big impact in my life. Not just like, there's a lot to like Miss Martinez. I never had a class a day in my life with her, but like she's someone that's very close to me that I talk to every day. Made a big impact on my life. But a lot of the staff here, I know, and they know me very well. They but actually help. They would ask me to come help them with things, do things for them. So it kind of feels like that connection is like close, and like sense of like they trust me doing certain things, and like I have a lot of respect for them as well. So
For real this time, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Bell. If you want more information, please go to our website for all that info. And thank you guys so much for watching this. And please come back for our next episode, which is talking to first and second year teachers.